ship, but it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again.
Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Teddy Bridgewater and the Detroit Lions.
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's now second.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 19 carries, 79 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
First down, Redmond, and across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
6-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 7.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
The ball carried by number 8.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
The 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. This one caught by Isabella.
Bridgewater's pass.
He caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. As hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now Aldrick Rosas for the field goal attempt. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Lions 3, Eagles nothing.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
We get our first look now at Carson Wentz and this Philadelphia Eagle offense.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll pass there over the middle to start things out. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And at the 50-yard line.
A strong running. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44.
From the 44, Wentz.
Wentz's pass.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Wentz on target to Reagor. First down, Eagles.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Wentz going to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down. And you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
On 2nd down, Redmond. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Brought down at the 30-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Bridgewater rolling to his left. He'll run it, stays on his feet. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
from the shotgun. It's Bridgewater. Open man is Quintez Cephas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Lions.
Here's Bridgewater. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
39.
That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Aldrick Rosas on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's taken to the 26. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll run on 1st down. Redmond, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
They'll try the left side. Redmond pushing through the contact. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Number 23, the ball carrier. Tackle made.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. That ball complete to Isabella. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
5-yard line.
From the gun, Bridgewater out to his left. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Teddy Bridgewater sack.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack. And now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
4-yard attempt.
Rosa's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
Aldrich Rosa.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Staying over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And out come the Eagles. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Wentz. Over the middle, complete. It's Charles. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Sanders,
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down. It's Page, and he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Wentz. Completing it to the right side, Johnson.
Wentz's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
And that is incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wentz. And he fires one incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
By Jeff Okudah.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Miles Sanders.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Sanders. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That's Ryan Ramczyk, the former first-round pick. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Carson Wentz sacked.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3.
13. Eagles 3.
That drive just seemed to go for an eternity. I could kind of hear our sponsor say product pushed here, but then it ends in a field goal.
Yeah, how about that? Not enough time for product placement, but plenty of time to get 3 points out of the deal. I know that the guys on defense, though, they wanted to get those products out there. They wanted to stop that drive, just were unable to do so.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. Open man is Galladay, complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Bridgewater steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. He stiff arms him. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. It's time for our player spotlight right now as we get a look at Carson Wentz. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6.
Eagles 6.
So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivot.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Set to kick off.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Dancing to his left. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39. This pass complete, Wentz to Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. A throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Now he's forced out right. And they'll get this down to the 10. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5 quarterback picks up the 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and...
Here's Wentz to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing now is Wentz. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. Looked down the sideline, though. You could just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's not going to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. First down, Bridgewater. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Lions.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Now Bridgewater. A throw for Golladay is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He gets it left side to Johnson. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Wentz going to throw. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jalen Rager was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
By Jeff Okudah.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Bridgewater. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
On first down, Sanders. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings
to throw, it's Wentz. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Wentz. And quickly finding Rager. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down now. It's Page, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
A 3-yard loss.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
That's the end of the 3rd.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
23.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, Redmond. And he is going to have a Lions first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier. And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Third and long for Bridgewater. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Take it at the 37. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
There certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think.
Face mask. Defense.
Come on, baby, we got to do our job.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Working from the gun, Wentz.
This ball complete to Rager.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wentz's pass complete.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Again, it's Wentz. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 6-yard line.
Now Sanders. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He gets this complete to Cephas. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. From the gun, Bridgewater. This one caught by Isabella.
Bridgewater's
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Isabella. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Bridgewater. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Josh Oliver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Bridgewater again. And this is going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he powers his way up past the 30. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career, and Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now the second down throw on target. That catch good for 5. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's got his tight end, Oliver. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater. This one caught over the middle. It's Oliver, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And again, it's Bridgewater.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit it as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Touchdown.
Wow. I know it's a never say never situation. But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.
Aldrich throws.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So now Wentz and the Eagles down 20-16. A little over 40 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Back to throw. Wentz steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
Incomplete. It's now second down.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down.
Brings up a third down.
To throw is Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. One final try now for Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Lions, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams.